Peace. What was I talking about earlier? Ah, yes. The idea of homogeny over cultural boundaries. Tribalism, if you will. A lot of people hear the word tribalism, they immediately assume a negativity to it. Um, Yet, we can identify that the value in diversity remains in that diversity, remains in that cultural seclusion. There is no such thing as diversity when it's all the same. A lot of people think that racism can be cured by having interracial babies. Now, granted, my children, me as a Dominican, 47% African, 43% Caucasian, 7% indigenous, which makes me 54% of color. I had my children with a Asian Cambodian woman, but she's browner than I am. She's brown skin, and I've often said that Cambodians are the black Asians. Um, with that being said, I still feel like, you know, what what her and I have in common is that we're brown skin, and we can always point towards the oppression of of the white man, of this particular group of people, that this group is physically identified in such a way. That doesn't mean that I look at every individual white person as such, but I do understand what the culture will imply and will teach and will lead you towards, much more so if you grow up in this country. I didn't have my kids with a white woman, and I'm adamantly against that. Why am I against that? It's not a necessary hatred towards. It's what I've realized, um, what I've observed, is that when it comes to, um, for example, first generation biracial children are always on the fence, always on the fence, because they got skin in the game on both sides, and because they have skin in the game on both sides, they can never commit. And since they can't commit, they're useless for the most part. Those who can't commit are useless. As far as the example of a black partner or a person of color who is the partner and the other partner is a white person, what I've observed and paid attention to is that the partner who is a person of color often loses either one of their tits or one of their balls. And when it comes to conversations based on racial inequality, what I've noticed is that the black partner in that conversation around the white partner will often laugh it off and will not take it seriously. Many people want to point to my ideology and say that I'm a separatist. Truth being told, I'm a slight separatist, but this is why I say this. I say I'm a separatist because I think there's more value um, in holding on and protecting our differences, because it's our differences that add value, that define diversity. So wherein lies the value of homogenization, or if you will, the blending of these races and the blending of these cultures? Where is the value? Where's the value? There's no value in that right now. What I will say is that I think ultimately that particular idea of separation doesn't, that's not a forever thing. That's a thing where we go amongst our own groups and we build and we heal ourselves. Um, white people have healing to do. It's not about let's just all get along. That's not what is gonna cure nor solve this racial epidemic, if you will. That's not gonna solve it. What's gonna solve it is looking at ourselves, having knowledge of self, knowing the knowledge of ourselves, of our group of people, dealing with that, and then coming forward and integrating with the rest. It's what I stand on. It's how I feel. My timer's running out. Right. My time is running out. But I'm at a point right now where if I speak a particular truth about white people, where does that white person, where does their right lie in being emotionally opposed to what I may be saying when it's based on the truth, when it's based on the legacy of this country, when it's based on many things? You know what? I guess I'm at a point where, fuck it. I guess I need more black friends. Not to say I don't love my white friends, because I have allies and I recognize the allies who are in this struggle for freedom, justice, and equality. But goddamn, they are so few and far in between. Anyways, there's a historical legacy that applies, that is real, and I think we have to start paying attention to it. And when we pay attention to it, that's where we'll start to make the progress that we need. In the meantime, peace.